Come on, baby, just eat for Mama Ryan. I'm not making anything else. It's this or nothing.
Hey, what up? This is Ignoring the Data 2, Electric Boogaloo. Since it appears only a small portion of the community wanted to listen to any of the easily verifiable data from me, including my request to view 3Clicks Phillips' video on this exact subject when it already happened to the CSGO community like 4 years ago, I decided it's probably easier to just include a clip of his. I don't know, maybe his soothing British accent will appeal to you more than my foul-mouthed American analysis.
This shift will affect you more the lower your rank was in the first place, as is nicely shown in Rambo Fight's diagram here. What this means is that if you were Global Elite before, then you'll either still be at that rank or will have dropped by 1 to Supreme. However, if you were Gold Nova 1 before, then you'll have shifted right down to Silver 2. If you're moaning that you were Global Elite but now you're only DMG or whatever, then you probably weren't very active, in which case the drop could have been far greater, which is actually what happened to myself. When he's not being a bot, Valve developer Vitali also posts on Reddit, and he explained a while ago that what actually matters is your hidden rating that you'll never see. You hear that, everyone? Your visible rank is just a picture that only means as much as it represents. Before, the Global Elite badge meant that you were in the top 3% of players. Now it means that you're well within the top 1%. The definition of each rank has changed, and we need to accept this, rather than banging on about how unfair it all is and that our EPs have been damaged.
This is history. This is the science behind matchmaking systems, and this is fact. Being a repeatable roadmap of what's actively occurring, if you can't recognize the outcome and cause, you are my intended audience. I just can't fucking stand watching the dissemination of a scapegoat narrative that's much more appealing than confronting your actual inability to perform at a level you previously identified with. The amount of misinformation that breeds in this cesspool known as our Valorant is just unbearable to watch. The specific thread that made me grind my teeth into little chiclets is such a blatant case of conspiratorial content with no evidence of the claims outside of the confirmation bias of the subreddit. I'm honestly surprised it's even allowed to stay up. So the lack of self-awareness in some of these posts just blows me away. And of course, any descent to the circle jerk is immediately buried for not falling in line with the rest of the herd. I'm going to teach everyone watching this right now a real valuable lesson in media literacy. The easier a narrative is to conveniently fit your needs, you might know it as your confirmation bias, the more you should probably look into it and confirm answers for yourself. I have some unfortunate news, guys. Soft resets aren't the reason everyone's in elo hell. In fact, a full MMR reset was just about the only way to avoid all of this bullshit. Do you have any memories of a flood of threads when ranked released complaining about the wild variance in team skill? I mean, yeah, it was rough for a week, which would make sense, but you didn't have to deal with persistently idle accounts hopping back in and fucking up the new banding, or people desperately holding on to their rank and just playing the minimum games required for it to display. The numbers have changed and the data is available. The resets are coming every act. You can't run from it. You can't explain it away. You are headed to where you should be. By avoiding ranked or shifting the blame, you're just making the process longer for everyone. If only Riot weren't such huge pussies and just wiped ranked, we wouldn't be here right now, but instead we're hanging out, competing for the best reason other than our own inability to blame for our new ranks.